Yay.
And every story can change the world.
Together we are Global Speakers Talk.
What if some of the decisions you make every day aren't really decisions at all, but patterns you've been repeating without realizing it? And what if becoming more aware of those patterns could change the way you think, relate, choose, and ultimately live? Welcome to Global Speakers Talk. I'm Elvira Hopper, and today we're going deeper than usual in the conversation about personal growth. Our guest has spent over a decade exploring the intersection of neuroscience, psychotherapy, coaching, integrative medicine, and ancient wisdom. She helps people understand the hidden patterns shaping lives, turns that awareness into greater freedom, resilience, and conscious choice. Today, we're going to explore pattern intelligence, human inner technology, and perhaps one of the most important questions to ask ourselves. Who are we becoming when we become aware of patterns running our lives? Claudine Marchand, PhD, welcome to Global Speakers Talk.
It's a pleasure joining you in this podcast, Elvira. Thanks a lot for inviting me.
Beautiful. I am going to ask you, Claudine, take us back to the beginning. What first made you curious about the hidden patterns behind human behavior?
I think the first time I thought about something like that was when I was a kid. I was handicapped, and I realized very early that I thought about things differently from my classmates. I had totally different interests. And maybe it was also my mother, because we used to read the newspapers from the age of 5 on, early in the morning. We would look at politics and say, can you understand their thinking? What got them to take this decision? So I got a real strict upbringing by think clear, be clear about what you say and how you think about things. What's fact, what's adapting, what it's really very interesting about that.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I love that. From 5 years old. That's incredible.
yeah,
Um, yeah. So, yeah, not typical, but clearly it set you up for your life work, and I love that. Claudine, you've spent more than 4 decades exploring neuroscience, psychotherapy, coaching, indigenous wisdom. What have you discovered about the invisible patterns that quietly shape our decisions, relationships, and the way we experience our lives?
most people are not aware which part in them is themselves, the big me, and what are things they have put into their life because they heard it, because they saw it, because they had to adapt. I would say we have about 3 different levels of patterns. When you look in the hospital, in the room where they have all the babies, they are in a kind of neutral environment. And you would say if these babies are truly blank sheets, they would behave all the same. But you can observe it immediately. There are babies who are very quiet. Just leave me alone. I'm fine. And others who are very agitated, screaming, not only when they are hungry, but there is something they are not comfortable with from the beginning. And so when you look at all these babies in this big room, you already see different patterns.
Okay. Okay.
Quick eaters, slow eaters, babies with cramps, babies who couldn't care less about what's going on about them. So that, I would say, is our first layer of patterns. It's hard to say whether we come into life with them, whether we got them through the pregnancy period, or whether we actually brought it in through can't find the word before the first contact of the soul in a new body. All these are theories nobody can prove, but that's about what's going on. Then the kid, after birth, comes into a very specific environment, their family. It can be a very quiet family. It can be a family where they communicate by screaming at one another, where it's just normal behavior to throw plates across the room, and other families where I don't express a word higher than another one. I don't talk about what's going on within me. And the baby,
Yeah.
for its survival, has to adapt to this environment, and it will become silent in a silent family, or it will become more outspoken in a more outspoken family, and so on. So during the first 7 years, the baby is going to take up, like a sponge, everything that's going on around them. And here we have the second layer. So the first layer is before the kid has a possibility to express in words. So it will be very difficult for the grown up to say, oh, yeah, this behavior goes back to what I lived before I actually could speak. It's practically not possible. That's why
Wow.
many people need help to be able to express later. Ah, yeah, true. What I do now in this situation is because I probably lived through something similar when I was a baby and I couldn't put words on it. So now I can. I can express it differently than by just having an outburst.
Right. Wow. Wow. That's incredible. Okay. So I know the brain eats the familiar. Why does human mind often turn to figure past even conscious know those patterns no longer serve us? And what does it take to create response,
Sorry,
Claudine?
I don't understand. I get only the consonants. Could you repeat your question?
Okay. Why does the human mind often return to familiar patterns even if we consciously know those patterns are no longer serving us? And what does it actually take to create a new response?
Wait, I'm going to look at the questions. I can't get you. I have a very, very bad
Connection. Yeah.
yeah, it's
It's quite hard to.
I have the echo in the background, and
Oh,
while I'm talking, and I have every second word of what you say.
Oh my
I'm really
goodness.
sorry, I
Okay.
can't handle that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. It happens. It's the tech. Yeah, totally understand. Question 2, Claudine. Does the human mind return familiar patterns even when we know these are not serving it? What does it take to create
Can you put it in the chat?
Okay, let's see.
I'm really sorry, but I heard 2 words of the whole sentence.
Yeah. Okay, I just sent it to you.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. The all this pattern which we pile up in us and are not aware that's often copying our parents, a teacher, a friend we had during teenage or whatever. All this pattern will create a certain way of behavior in our life, and we'll see this behavior in many different situations. And it's our friends who can help us to distinguish between something that has become a patterned behavior and is not anymore a true, alive answer to a situation, but something like that pops in automatically and we can't decide anymore. On one hand, these familiar patterns are very comfortable because we know. It's like we start a routine which we know very well. And with this routine, we feel safe.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay.
And that's one of the most important feelings for a human. First, safety. Then we can see what next. But we learned from a baby that we are dependent on what's happening around us for our survival. So anything that gives us the feeling of danger, we try to avoid. So we'll always come back to known behavior before we will try something new. Because if we want to try something new, we have to feel completely safe within us and trusting in the situation.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And since the brain is calibrating for danger all the time, it's hard for a human to learn to say, I know I'm safe here.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally. You explained so well, Claudine. That's really amazing. So, can an ordinary person be recognizing a pattern in their own life, what turns into another repeated outcome?
What I would say, ask your friends.
Okay.
Ask them to make a list of patterns they have found in your behavior, in your wording also. What are your favorite words? What are your favorite expressions? Your
All
friend or your enemies, if you dare ask them. Also, they probably will know. Or if you have kids, ask your kids. They know
right.
exactly what will come out of your mouth when they say something specific. They are the
Okay.
best observer.
Thank
You really can trust the kids.
you.
That's why they
They're
know
all
how to
they're
push your buttons.
yeah, yeah, totally. Um, so awareness is described as the first step toward change, but awareness alone doesn't always create transformation. It has to happen between noticing the pattern, actually being free and respond differently.
Creating awareness is already enormous. Most people are like zombies. We have learned to behave in certain situations in a certain way. Even in our career, you go into a meeting, most often you could tell before the meeting starts what this person says, what this person will say. You just know because people are so repetitive in their behavior. And if they say something that's coming, that's outside of the beaten track, you can be sure that one of the managers will say, thanks for your intervention, and go back to the usual track.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why
absolutely.
most often it's so hard to instill even a little change professionally that would help a lot the people, the employees, to be much more efficient. But it's
Yeah,
outside the beaten track.
yeah.
So watch out. It won't be safe for anybody to say, oh, yes, that's exactly it. That's what we need. Oh,
Wow.
please don't do
Yeah,
that. What will be the impact on my salary? What will be the impact on my relationship with my superiors? What will be the impact in my team? People
right.
are not courageous usually and not curious to say, okay, we have been talking about that for years now. Can we take a step and simply explore what will happen if we take this step? Hmm? So, awareness by
Yeah.
itself is not enough.
Oh, yeah.
It has, we have to be sure that the environment we step into with our new behavior will be safe for us.
Right.
And
Yes.
most environments we are in don't feel safe enough for us.
Yeah. That
Most
makes total
people,
sense.
yeah, most people check,
Yeah.
what is my colleague saying about me? How will they react? What is my manager saying? And the higher up and all that.
Yeah. It's all safety, right? Not they're not
Safety
being
again, safety,
authentic.
safety, safety.
Yeah,
And when
totally, totally.
the safety is really not good enough, and at the same time, because of the safety factor, I don't dare try something new, because that's also a need of the human being to be
Yeah.
able to grow, to
Yeah.
explore.
Yeah.
And so sooner or later, people find that they have to change environment.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're bringing back my corporate days when in pharma. I have been doing that for
Yeah.
over 50 years now. But yeah, totally. So
So,
go ahead.
no, go ahead. You were in the question
Yeah.
already.
Yes. Yes. So yeah. So this the notion is science needs eight wisdom. So it
Mhm.
works together: science, integrative medicine, psychotherapy, coaching, and indigenous wisdom. I like that. What can science learn from approaches to transformation, and where see these worlds beautifully intersect?
The big difference with ancient wisdom is that it's built on felt sense.
Yeah.
Western society has 99% mind oriented, and from time to time there are volcanical eruption of emotions, not integrated. And now, from time to time, if you go into a yoga class or if you go into a more spiritual environment, you have that time set aside for opening the horizon to more spiritual, less measurable subjects.
Right. Right.
We have a society which teaches you everything is separate.
Yeah.
With my clients, I usually tell them, look, let's start by getting the different subjects closer together. You just imagine that you have Tupperwares, transparent Tupperwares in your brain with the different domains. So they don't overlap, they don't mix, but at least you can have a look and see all the different subjects which make up your life.
Really,
So, sorry.
I've never heard it before. Cool. The towel. Yeah.
That's also very good for students that they have transparent Tupperwares with the different study subjects
Yeah. Yeah.
so that they don't have to go very far from one subject to the other, and at the same time they don't have a blurred mix. Everything is clear, close, and accessible quickly.
Okay. Great.
So
So, Claudine, go ahead.
about the ancient wisdom, they use at the same time body, psyche, mind, and spirit as one.
Yes.
The society is one unit, and each member is part of this society. They don't have separation between all the pet, and so they don't have separation in a human being. A human being uses all capacities:
Yeah.
physical, emotional, intuition, mind, and all the spirits around. Everything
Yeah.
is on the same level. You can work at
Yeah.
all levels at the same time. And that
Yeah.
gives you a
Love-
feeling of wholeness, of
Yes.
support.
Yes.
not
Love
of
that, Claudine.
abandoned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm feeling warm inside as you talk about this because I love this. It's beautiful. Thank you.
yeah.
You also spoke about human inner technology, which stands for human inner technology. If you explain a concept to someone doing it for this time, what do you say, and what impacts do you believe humans have that we can fail to develop?
Mm. We marvel at what technology can do. Don't forget, technology is created by humans. So, what does our inner technology to look like if we can create such marvelous technology? Nobody ever thinks of that. You can't create something that's further evolved than yourself.
Yeah.
So, how can we live that we can access the huge amount of mental, emotional, physical technology, spiritual technology we never use? And if we want to use it, people around us will laugh at us and say, that's completely off. You can't measure it, you can't weigh it, so it must be bullshit. How many percentage of our capacities have we put aside out of fear of what the others will say?
Yeah.
If you look
Yeah.
at Tibetan monks and what they are able to do,
Yeah.
they are just humans like everybody else. Why shouldn't we say, let's stop diminishing us, let's treating us as life treats us, with dignity and honor, much more than we treat us ourselves,
Yeah.
and go and say, let's explore what we didn't dare look at before. Why do I
Love that.
have so many synchronicities in my life?
Yeah.
Why do I have a phone call from my best friend some seconds after I say, ah, yeah, I have to tell her? Why do
Yeah.
we
There's so
talk
much more going on.
about the
So
entanglement
much
of
going on.
protons and other chemical bodies, and we think we are separate? We are
Yeah.
entangled with everybody on this earth, not just with
Yeah.
humans. We are entangled with our cat, with our dogs, with all the domestic animals. They know when we come home half an hour before we are home.
Yeah.
How do they
Wow.
know? Why are we just limited to what I see, what I hear, what I can touch? Let's
Yeah.
open this prison. The door is open, we just have to push it
Oh,
and go and explore what more we
love
can
that.
do.
I got this, Claudine. I that is beautiful. All right, so now I'm going to go to the rapid questions. Claudine, one pattern everyone should become aware of.
The first pattern is, why don't I dare say what I really want to say?
Hey, that pattern for most, yeah. Want to judge, they want to look good, they want to be, liked and safe. Nature or nurture, which has influence on our pets?
Sorry, was that question 7?
Oh, no, no. This rapid
The
question:
last one?
nature,
No,
nurture, which has more influence on us?
because I don't understand, so I just go by.
Okay, let's try one. What happens that creates greater self-awareness?
I can answer you how to get a life of greater freedom. Was that the question?
Okay. A freedom. Okay. Your definition of freedom sense.
Because I don't understand the word. I'm sorry. Either you put it in the chat or
All right.
I think we are close to the end anyway.
Yeah. Uh,
So if you want me to make a little summary, or if you have a very important question, put it into the chat, please.
okay. Complete sentence. Transformation begins when we. Did you hear?
We, that's all I got.
Transformation begins when we complete sentence. Okay. That's all right. All right. So I hope you can get this part. Someone listening to suddenly recognize a pattern in their life that they've repeated for years. What would you want them to understand before they try to change it? Let's just stop. I think this is an important place to converse, since it's not working, Claudine. But
I'm
answer
really
really.
sorry, Elvira. You can talk as much as you want. I don't get it.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just going to finish here, okay? Because transformation doesn't always begin when something something new. Sometimes begins with something this has been running us. Claudine, thank you for your bringing to science, wisdom, and power perspective on human transformation. Everyone watching, ask yourself one question today. What pattern in my life asks to be understood, not judged? If the conversation gave you a perspective, share it with someone who needs it. This is Loki. Every matter and every has the power to transform. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Claudine Marchand, for joining us.
It's really sad, but if anybody wants to contact me through LinkedIn or Facebook, DM me. And I'm writing a book, and I would really be interested to hear from you. What are the biggest questions that are keeping you awake at night?
Great.
Whether it's
Thank
about the AI, whether it's about other things, whatever. I'm really interested to hearing from you. What is something that keeps you awake and you haven't found answers to? Thanks a lot. I
Okay.
really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you,
Sorry.
Claudine.
Together we are global speakers talk.